This morning, amid intensifying protests in Minnesota, officials telling ABC News that 2 battalions from the 11th Airborne Division, some 1,500 active-duty Army paratroopers, have been put on alert for a possible deployment here, even though for now, there is no plan for that to happen. One official saying the president has not made a final decision whether to deploy those 2 battalions. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comment. That official saying, "We are taking prudent steps to prepare active-duty Army forces. This doesn't mean they will deploy. We are preparing options." This comes after President Trump threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act in order to deploy federal troops. But in recent days, the president seeming to walk that back.
If I needed it, I'd use it. I don't think there's any reason right now to use it. But if I needed it, I'd use it. It's very powerful.
Tensions mounting in the city of Minneapolis after 11 days of demonstrations. We were outside City Hall Saturday as dueling protests took place. Hundreds of anti-ICE protesters descending on the area, vastly outnumbering the handful of people who had shown up for a pro-ICE rally organized by a conservative influencer.
What's happening right now is that the organizers of this rally, who are in the middle of that scrum right there, they're being forced out of the City Hall area, drowned out by hundreds of people who are anti this ICE deployment in the city. The message to these organizers: get out.
Meanwhile, the Minnesota National Guard posting this picture, saying that if they are ever deployed to the streets here, they will wear these bright yellow vests to differentiate themselves from ICE and Border Patrol.
And so again, as of now, no plans to deploy the National Guards to the streets here, and no final plan to deploy U.S. troops either. But with the fact that we're even talking about it at all tells you a lot about the state of play here in Minneapolis.
It sure does. Matt Rivers for us. Thank you. Let's bring in ABC News Chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl, who'll be hosting This Week later this morning. John, good morning. Always great to see you. So you have a big interview coming up with Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, who's called the ICE surge there an invasion. Now that move from the Trump administration putting some 1,500 troops on alert. How extraordinary is this kind of standoff between state and federal authorities?
Well, wait, it is extraordinary. It is dangerous. ICE and other federal law enforcement personnel vastly outnumber the police in Minneapolis right now. And in addition to having that presence, the threat of a possible Insurrection Act invocation by the president and active duty troops, you have the Justice Department going in and launching a criminal investigation into the mayor and the governor. Really a set of circumstances that we really haven't seen, at least in a very long time in this country.
Yeah, and it appears to be escalating as well. I also want to ask you about President Trump's push to take control of Greenland, now threatening to use tariffs against U.S. allies. What are the risks here for the administration?
Well, first, Wade, I have to tell you, I've spoken to several people very close to Donald Trump, both in and outside the administration, who say that he is dead serious about acquiring Greenland one way or another. This is not just something that he is talking about. This is something he is extremely focused on, and it has truly alarmed our European allies. This is something, who knows where this goes right now. Those tariffs are invoked, are put on our allies in Europe. And by the way, that's coming just as the Supreme Court, we are awaiting a ruling from the court on whether or not Trump's tariffs are constitutional.
All right, a lot to watch with all of that. John Karl, thank you. And tune into This Week for John's interview with Mayor Frey and Republican Representative Michael McCall about escalating protests in Minnesota. Plus, New Jersey Governor-elect Mikey Sherrill on her administration's priorities as she prepares to take office on Tuesday.